Hey guys, Burger here with MVP Paintball. Sitting across from me is Gavin Duff. He has joined us on this episode of Player Spotlight. All right, Gavin, tell me a little bit about yourself.
All right, well, what's up, Burger? Good to see you, man. I haven't seen
We've
you
known
in
each other for a bit.
a long time. Well, my name is Gavin. I was born in Jamaica. Moved here to Rochester probably about 20 years ago. Don't ask me why. It's a brilliant move. I'm married. I have 2 kids and love paintball.
How old are your kids?
My eldest is 14, going on 21 in her head. And, and my youngest is 10 years old. Should be 11 next month.
11 next month?
Yeah.
Well, happy birthday to Gavin's youngest. What got you into paintball? When did you start? Did you start here in the States or in Jamaica?
Actually, it's funny, yes. I actually started playing, the first time I played was at MVP Paintball down at university.
Okay.
I used to manage in the restaurant business, and it was fourth quarter, and we were having just you know how it is in the restaurant business, in the fourth quarter, it's rough. And we're looking for something to do, and somebody suggested laser tag, and I'm like, no, I really want to hurt somebody.
We don't condone hurting people in paintball. I'll put that out there.
We looked it up, and the VP was there. We came down. I don't remember if you were there that day, but I remember David Cook was there.
Dave Cook.
I think Burley or Barney was there. And
Barney actually still works for us.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wow! Shout out to Barney. And we had a fun time, and from there I got hooked. Went out I got my first gun. After that, I got a spider.
I think that was just about everybody. Spider or Tippin.
Yeah, I got a spider, and I got one of those. Remember the V-Force hoppers?
Yep, the Revies.
Yeah, I got one of those, and I was hooked.
And it just all went down.
It went downhill from there.
So, did you start playing tournaments at all?
Actually, once again, my first couple tournaments was at MVP. You know, when you guys used to do the 3-man tournaments. The NPL, yep.
NPLs.
We won a couple of those as assassins back in the day. Me and Alex and a couple of the other old heads. And you guys used to do the 5-man. Those were fun too as well. So that kind of more got me into the speedball, being serious about it and realizing, oh crap, the balls go faster.
The balls go a lot faster.
And then from there, did a couple tournaments there, really got the bug a little bit more. And then Michael Lehman, who's, everybody knows Lehman around here, he was having tryouts for his drive camp. And I made the cut for Rochester Ruthless. And from there, I elevated to the USPA, which is a whole different monster.
Yep.
It was kind of funny that, playing at MVP back in the day in the 3-man tournaments and everything, and then stepping out onto the field, a big field at 15-5.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa.
Yeah, welcome to the big leagues. You're about to wear it.
Yeah, but it was fun, and it was a great learning experience. We had Bryce as a coach, and Bryce got a ton of knowledge, so it was fun. So
Justin Bryce is actually on one of our lists for people to try and get to sit down here.
I
haven't approached him with it yet, but we're always looking for other players to come in and interview. So you mentioned Drive. What other teams have you played on?
Well, I didn't play on Drive. I played on the Drive camp. I played on Rochester Ruthless on the Drive camp. And on the Drive camp as well, I played on Smoke twice. Played on Rochester Assassins, the second generation Assassins, and a couple other local teams here and there. Cash Out, I played the Cash Out.
Yep. Buffalo.
Buffalo Cash Out. So a couple of teams here and there. They've all been fun squads to play on. But definitely the best learning experience for me was when I was with Lehman's camp. He and Bryce have a ton of knowledge, and you get to soak it all in.
So have you only played speedball, or do you try some scenario ball?
See, I love speedball because I love the pace of it, and boom, 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 and the quick chess moves and everything. Yep. But I do occasionally like to meander, as you want to say, out into the woods. Well, yeah, I'll tippy-toe it. I'll tippy-toe it into the woods.
I paid money to see Gavin tippy-toeing in the woods. I need to go to this just so I can see him tippy-toeing somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Meandering into the woods, tippy-toeing.
I was like, it's a little too thick here. I think I'll back out. But it's funny, I've had some fun. Actually, Rob Cole at GRC, I've been the general of a couple big games out there. I was the general of, I think, there's a Sith game, funny enough, that I was the general for. And there was another game that he asked me to be the general for. There was huge big games out there. I love those big games. They're fun. It's a different vibe. People are more relaxed. You get to have some beverages,
Yes.
you know, during the
Water.
break.
Water
Yes,
beverages.
yes. H2O.
Water. The clear stuff.
Yes. Paintballers love H2O.
Paintballers love that water.
Even went out to Louisiana for a scenario game.
Okay.
There's a scenario game out there last year at my friend's Damien's field out at Lavina Paintball. That was fun. I think there was probably like 200 people there. Wolf was the general. And we actually captained, it was Wolf, Damien, and myself. And we beat down Laura and Callista's team. Beat them down. Beat them into the dust.
Really?
Yeah, it was awesome. Awesome. I love it.
So what's the biggest scenario you've played in? People-wise.
People-wise, it's probably one of those games at GRC. I think that Sith versus game was a big one. I think there was over 200 there, if I'm not mistaken, which is huge.
Right, that's a
Yeah.
lot of players. That's a lot of paintballs in the air at one time.
So a lot of paintballs in there at one time. That was huge and that was fun. That was the biggest one. I think the Sith game down at GRC a couple years ago.
There's a Star Wars one coming up.
Yes, the Mandalorian.
Yes.
Yes, that's gonna be.
Little Tony is putting that on, I believe, out in Albany for Albany Paintball. Or are you thinking of a different one?
No, there's the Mandalorian game that was coming up in, I think this summer. It's at GRC.
Oh, well, there's one that's going to be happening in Syracuse, or in Albany.
Oh, really?
In February. Yeah. Do you know who Little Tony is?
Tony, is that Tony?
He's like this tall. He looks like a hobbit.
Like
Sorry,
Bomber?
LT.
Like Bomber?
I'll send you a link.
Yeah,
on
please,
there.
send
But
me a link.
he was actually looking for generals and stuff for that.
Okay.
For Star Wars themed.
And when is this?
In February somewhere, I believe.
Okay.
I'll send you the link.
Yeah, send me the link.
I'll find
Yeah,
that for you.
definitely. We'll share it on the page.
So what do you think your biggest accomplishment in paintball has been? Whether it's, buying the biggest and best gun, or, winning that big trophy, or taking on a 1 versus 30 or something. Whatever you feel is your biggest accomplishment.
Wow.
Other than waking up the next morning.
Well, I mean, yeah, that in itself is a challenge, just getting moving after paintball is a
After
challenge.
all the water drinking.
Yes. Biggest accomplishment. That's a good question. That's a good question. I think definitely generaling one of those big games and,
Okay.
and getting a W and leading my team to victory, and
So giving it to Wolf and his people?
Well, no, Wolf was on mine.
Oh, okay.
No, that was a different. I wasn't a general in that one.
Gotcha.
But one of the big games at GRC, or as a general and leading the team to victory, and I'm also that type of general. I'm not the one that's in the back giving orders. I'm out there because, like I said, I like to go out there and massage people with paintballs.
Give them a long distance pass on the back. Thanks for playing, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, I give them a little extra every once in a while. This is just me. But yeah, that I think that was my biggest accomplishment. But the accomplishments don't really stick with me. The losses stick with me more.
Yeah?
But yeah,
They kind of haunt you a little bit?
They do.
All right, what's your biggest loss then?
The biggest loss that still stings me, and there's actually, I think we need a support group, because every once in a while we talk about it. When I used to play for Assassins, we were playing in, I think it was RMXL a couple years ago, and we're up against FSU, which FSU was a monster back in the day. And we were actually up on FSU. I think we're leading them by 2-0. And we're rolling, and they came back and beat us. And to the point where it sticks to me, because we had a penalty, so we actually started down with 4 bodies.
Did you earn the penalty, or was it?
It's pinball. But the point is, like, we were up, we had them. You're playing a really, really good team, and you have the chance to take them down, and then we had a penalty. Still down 4 bodies and almost won the point with time ran out. So that sticks with me, and a couple of my Will Assassins teammates we still laugh about it every once in a while. I say laugh, but
yeah,
you know how it is.
Did you get retribution on them at some point?
No. That's why it sits with you.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It always sucks when you take a loss like that. Yeah, I mean, I can remember some losses back in my time too, but we already did my interview, so we're not gonna rehash on those. All right, so paintball's paintball, but what do you do outside of paintball?
I like to travel.
Okay.
I really like to just go and experience new cultures. Being from a different culture myself, I still like to go experience new things. And one of the things I pride myself on is trying to take my kids to experience some of these things. So I like to travel. I like to read.
Okay, like what?
Comics, actually.
Comics?
Yeah,
Okay.
I love. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Shocking.
Sith General.
Yeah, there's a theme going on.
There's a theme.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of Star Wars comics, everything from Old Republic, New Republic, Clone Wars. Kind of stay a little bit away from the new stuff. Not really much.
So did you get into that like back in your homeland or
comics?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, as a kid.
As a kid, I used to every day after school. I'd get my little 50 cents or my 25 cents, and I'd go to a comic book store, bring my comics home. I still actually have a stash of comics back home in Jamaica. It's funny enough.
So do you have a home still there? Like your
Yeah,
family?
yeah. My mom is still there. My dad is still there. Shout out to my dad. Just celebrated his birthday the other day.
Happy birthday.
Well, yeah, they're still in Jamaica.
How do you say that? Like how would a Jamaican say happy birthday to somebody?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I get that low voice. Happy birthday.
I know
we do man.
I know we don't throw
like,
man into
yeah.
everything, but I can if you want me to.
I mean, most people don't like. Do a lot of Jamaicans actually say the man part, or is that like an American?
No man.
Yeah. No man. But you just said it though.
I know.
So comic books, traveling, other than Jamaica, where else have you?
I've been to Europe. I've been to other islands in the Caribbean. I've been to the Bahamas, Dominican Republic. Been to Mexico.
Do you need another kid? I mean, I'll call you dad.
I just put up. I may have a spot coming up soon.
The 12-year-old, right?
Yeah, the 14-year-old.
Oh, the 14-year-old.
Yeah,
sorry,
she's
14.
14. Teenagers, gotta love them. But yeah, we like to travel and just have fun with our family, do different things. We'll be I like having karaoke battles at home. Okay. Foosball. I mean, like, yeah, that's how we settle on family arguments in our house. Take it to the foosball table.
I'm trying to imagine that.
It gets violent.
So now I'm imagining you tiptoeing into the woods playing foosball. I'm going to have some nightmares tonight.
I'm a very eclectic person, what can I say?
So what do you do for a living?
Right now, I'm actually trying to grow my business. I do have my own apparel, sportswear line that also promotes, as you know, paintball events and stuff in the area. So I'm really taking the time right now to focus on that and build that and see what happens with it. Before I was a manager in retail for a lot of years. I was even in the insurance business for a while, but now I really think I really want to focus on my business because we have something unique in terms of the type of apparel that we offer, and I just want to see what happens with it.
And what is that business? I mean, I'm gonna take a guess here. Is it Orda66?
Yes, it's
Orda66.
So
you could have just said that.
Yes, Orda66 Paintball. That's my business. We advertise local paintball fields and events here in the local area, and as far away as sometimes Louisiana with one of our partner fields, Lavina Paintball down there. We also provide unique sportswear for not just paintball player, but stuff that you can wear in the gym, wear around the house. Very, very comfortable. Wear very unique designs on any of our apparel for guys and ladies.
Okay. And who does your design work? I mean, do you come up with it all?
Well, a lot of credit to my wife, Maxine. She actually does the majority of our designs. We'll sit there in the living room or wherever in our house, and we just bounce ideas off of each other. And she comes up with a lot of designs, especially for the ladies with the leggings and such. Okay. A couple other local designers, Victor Range, who's an artist here, has done some artwork for us. This is actually from the Full Squad, Victor Range, his remix on one of our logos. So we use a lot of local talent from my family and friends here in the area.
Oh, that's awesome.
Eric Peterson, he plays on Boss. He does a lot of stuff for me here too as well. So we try to keep it.
Yeah, I mean, support locally.
Yeah, exactly.
Local is great.
Exactly.
So what does Orda66 mean? I mean, where does that come from?
That's actually Star Wars again. So it's a Star Wars reference on a protocol that was executed to get rid of the vermin Jedi.
Order66.
Yes. Order. It's Order66 in the movie, and we put a little Jamaican spin on it that said Orda66. And the spin on it that I put it for us in paintball is just like how the Sith did what they had to do to defeat their enemy. You do what you have to do to win on the paintball field. Crush your enemy.
I like that. I like that a lot. All right, so if I'm going to order some Orda, where can I get it from?
I'm going to order some Orda, I love that.
Where am I going to order my Orda?
Okay, so you can find us on Instagram. We do have our shops on Instagram. You can go on there and view all of the collections that we have. You can also view our shops on Facebook. Everything is a secure checkout with Shopify. Take any major credit card, debit card, or even PayPal through there. If you don't have any of those options as well, we can also do Zelle or Cash App for any of your purchases. There's a myriad of different team discounts and field discounts. For example, if you're a regular here at MVP Paintball and you want to be repping Orda66, there is a code MVP Paintball that you can enter, and you can come and be rocking your Orda66 gear while you're killing people out here. Well, no, shooting people out here. Sorry. Yes.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Burger. This is fun.
Glad. All right. So that concludes this episode of Player Spotlight. Once again, that was Gavin Duff. We are going to put all of his social down in the description. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the notification, subscribe to our channel. Let us know who you want to see next. Thanks a lot, guys.
I'll just follow your lead.
One take.
You're gonna just need a drink.
Yeah. Nothing dark? No whiskey? What happened to you, Burger?
It's gonna be one take.
No freaking. I have no
Boom, bitch. Boom, bitch.
Booyah!
Shit, he was still recording. He's gonna have boom, bitch.
I'm gonna go on the move for real for sure.